Hello travelers and welcome back to the Mars Parlor. In today's nail video, we are going to be doing some Valentine's nails. So it is February and it's time for all of the pink, all of the hearts and all of the lovey-doveyness for our nail designs, and super exciting. Nails are fun all the time, but I always love having a concept to work from, and typically holidays, they bring in a lot of concepts. So some old ones, some new, like the nail industry is always, creating new techniques and stuff, the nail community, I should say. So yeah, we are going to be doing some long square nails. I do not often wear just like square nails. They're usually tapered or stiletto. This is my favorite shape. So yes, we are going to be doing some long square French tips, using some V-Beauty Pure products as well as some Beetles products. And we're gonna play around with some red hearts, some pink dots, and a little bit of 3D acrylic work. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just get right into it. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So as I said in the intro, we're gonna be doing some Valentine's nail art today. I didn't know how to feel about my other hand already having the design on it. I kind of was like, oh, that might be a spoiler, but I don't know, it is what it is. But I suppose what's important is showing you guys how I created this design. So of course, like always, we're getting started off by applying our tips. I don't use any brand name tips or nothing. I just usually get them from Amazon. And we're going to be keeping the square shapes. So there's not going to be too much prepping in terms of shaping these nail tips. I wanted to keep a nice C curve to them as well, so I didn't go in and cut off the sides too much either. I'll be using my tried and true Mia Secret monomer, and what you saw in that last clip was me measuring up my thumbnails, because that is something that always bothers me at the end of a set on a client or myself, is whenever, like, sometimes the fingernails are kind of a little bit off, but the thumbnail has to be spot on, in my opinion. The cover acrylic I'm using is Raspberries and Cream Cheese by V-Beauty Pure, and this shade is gorgeous. It's the first one that I wanted to order. I do wish it were a little more tan. I will say I have maybe 6 to 8 cover acrylics now from their line, and the majority of them are very pink. Very much on the pink translucent side, and something I would love to see a little more of. Maybe they do have it and I haven't ordered it yet, but eventually I'm hoping to see something more opaque, something a little bit more tan. My go-to acrylic application technique here most recently is it's sort of like a 3 to 4 bead method. You start at the free edge and make sure you build up the thickness there at the tip first, and then work your way down and create a nice slope into the cuticle. The only thing with this method that I kind of struggle with is when I'm placing my tip beads. I'm so particular about not wasting a lot of product. So instead of going ahead and just wiping it all the way down the tip and letting it stay kind of thin down there, it's a nice way to get that a little faster, but I do a lot more patting than swiping, and I feel like it saves me some product. I can build the thickness in an easier sense in my mind, if that makes sense. I feel as though my application this time around was very smooth. Like, sometimes I just can really get into it, I feel like. And I didn't have too much unevenness with the finished acrylic, and I only ended up having to use my hand file to finish shaping these. I don't think I busted out my e-file at all. So sometimes if you can get to that point, it will save you a lot of time, especially when you're doing it for clients, and you can make that money in a shorter amount of time. So yes, there isn't quite, again, an intricate way for me to re-explain this application process, but I feel as though it's very well visually learned. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this, and we'll catch back up when it's time for the filing. I did want to pop in and apologize for the lighting on some of these recent videos. I broke my pretty much new desk light, and I'm just waiting to get a new one, so the lighting will get better eventually. So like I said, I didn't end up using my e-file on this set of nails. One, because they didn't really need it, and two, because I wanted to save a little bit of time. I went ahead and used a 100-180 grit file and smoothed everything down. So the goal here is to create a nice rounded surface on these nails, and most importantly, with coffin shapes, but especially square, you want the sidewalls to be as straight as possible. And something that will catch you up with that in terms of dimension is you'll want to keep filing from underneath that sidewall, when in reality, what you need to do is debulk the actual side of the nail, the amount of product that is above your edge there. Hopefully that description makes sense. So now that we are all shaped and filed, we're going in with some gel base coat from V Beauty Pure. This is still my favorite, and even, I gotta say, I do think that I still like the Beetles gel top coat better than V Beauty Pure top coat. So if anything, I will be ordering more base coat from them. It has the perfect consistency for me. It's something that I always dislike when working with gel base coats is how easy it is to flood the cuticle, and with this, it's got such a thick consistency, and it self levels in a way that doesn't just spill off the nail. So it's a lovely base coat. So once you've wiped off the tacky layer on that gel base coat, we're going to go in with some white gel polish. This is also V Beauty Pure. The polishes are very nice to work with. It's like acrylic paint that doesn't dry until you want it to, so it's gorgeous. But yes, we're going in and making some French tips here. I don't really use any hacks or methods when it comes to my French tips. I really just eyeball it and go for it because I feel like it can be different with every nail bed. But yeah, I wanted to have some nice, tall, sort of skinny nail beds with these French tips. I wanted more French tip than nail bed. And I also wanted to bring that white all the way down, very close to the cuticle to give a nice deep French tip. I found it a lot easier to go ahead and use the actual polish brush to paint on the majority of what I wanted on the tip of that nail, what area I wanted completely covered in white, and then I went ahead and drug the polish down from there to create my little smile lines, and that just, it helps with the finished look because it'll keep it from looking real streaky and stuff, as for example whenever you're using a detail brush to completely cover the nail tip. Alrighty, so I hope the French tip footage was either entertaining or satisfying for you. And now we're gonna go ahead with some detail. First things first, I pulled out this, I don't know exactly what to call it. It's like a tan pink, it's like a tan pink shade. It's very much nude colored, but enough pink to where I could use it as a background and it wouldn't overshadow the hearts I'm going to place on top. So what I'm doing with these dots is creating a sort of lattice design, and it's just going to give this little bit of background, and it's going to create these diamond shapes and triangles that are really going to coincide with our hearts. And though I don't think it would look terrible, I distinctly decided not to take these dots all the way down on the thinner areas of the white. One, because I didn't want the nail to be too busy, and two, because it kind of gave like a double French tip kind of vibe. So I was liking that. So I originally thought that this would be easier to just work in diagonal lines up the nail, but then I realized that they wouldn't quite have a definite dot intersecting at the middle of the nail. So that's where I had to start, was with those couple of dots lining up in the middle and then working from those to make sure that it looked as even as possible. So while I did have this deeper cherry red gel polish color, I wanted to do these smaller hearts and the outline on the smile line. I wanted to do those with something a little brighter, something a little bit more Valentine's red than like, I don't know, like ruby red. So I'm just going ahead with the theme of symmetry and tucking the edges and corners of these hearts into the direction and corners of the dotted lines. So for this next step, I'm using the same shade of red gel polish and going in and painting a nice thin line over the smile line here. And this is just going to give a little extra red, a little extra festivity, I feel like, to the set before we hop in with the 3D art. Okay, so I felt like even without this little extra we're gonna put on here, these French tips are very cute. And if you just wanted to stop the set there and slap on some top coat, I feel like that'd be a slay. But we are going in with the same raspberries and cream cheese acrylic color, and I'm just sculpting out some little hearts, tucking the ends into the arch of our nail bed area. And in a sense, these are going to be upside down, but in terms of taking pictures and whatnot, in most hand positions, these are going to be right side up. So I just thought it'd be easier to do it this way. So after laying the heart shape down foundationally, I went ahead and put a little more acrylic on that because I wanted them to have a sort of bubbled up effect to look more 3D. So now I'm going in with a slightly deeper shade of red. This is that cherry red from V Beauty Pure, and I'm going to coat these 3D hearts, and they look like you could bite into them. They're really pretty. So I'm making sure to go around the edges of these hearts because you don't want to leave any exposed acrylic. This is just going to keep everything looking nice and neat. Alright, and after curing that gel polish, we're going in with some rhinestone glue, and I decided I want to put some heart rhinestones mirroring the 3D hearts I made. I thought this was a really cute little add-on idea. They were like the perfect size to kind of match up, so... So now I'm using this gorgeous sparkly red color to put some red bottoms on these nails. I thought this was the perfect little touch, and I mean, I was right. But yes, we're going to be adding this, and then we're going to go ahead and top coat the masterpiece. So like I mentioned earlier, I do believe that I still prefer Beetle's gel top coat over the V Beauty Pure. Something about it is just a little bit more shiny, more glass-like with the finished product. So I went ahead with that, and this is the last step these are gorgeous nails. If you do recreate them, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. But yeah, I had so much fun doing these. And if I put the inspo pic in here, because I did find something similar to this on Pinterest and just gave it a little bit of a twist for Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and safe travels back to Earth. Peace.